Hey you, welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
I'm wife.
And together we're reading the Bible.
Starting with Genesis and eventually ending with Revelations, we're working through every book and offering our atheist 2 cents.
Or shekels.
Yeah, those. We're asking questions and pointing out all the nonsense.
We aren't academics or scholars.
Nope. In fact, when it comes to religion, we really don't know anything at all.
What we've learned so far is that God's a dick.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? If you're interested in how we reached this startling conclusion, maybe start from episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in anywhere. It's all good.
Yep.
Hey wife, we just got a new sponsor. It's Anchor. They must think we're doing something right because they picked us back up.
That's amazing. Want to hear something even more amazing?
Yeah?
I actually know what they are.
You are full of shit. I'm calling your bluff. Tell me about Anchor.
Okay, so Anchor by Spotify is the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place.
I'm actually surprised you knew that, but did you also know that Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer?
Yes, because I see you do that on your phone all the time and it looks pretty simple.
It really is, and when hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
But I use CastBox.
Yeah, darling, I know you like CastBox. It gets distributed there too, and lots of other platforms as well.
And how much are we paying for this awesome service?
Absolutely nothing.
Coolio! So then we should tell people to download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started?
Yep, do it now.
So, do you remember what we read last time?
Do I ever?
No.
Yeah.
It was about dicks.
Really?
It was about circumcision.
You guys should totally go back and check out the episode on dicks.
But you do remember, right?
I do,
okay.
Yeah.
I was like, my eyes were just crawling out of my head. Like, you don't remember talking about circumcisions?
Did we ever find Steve?
No.
Okay.
No. We also talked about how you know what? I kind of don't remember because all I can remember is just circumcision.
And Steve.
I think it had to do with it was a covenant. It was a covenant because he was promising fames and fortune.
Right.
That he had already promised.
And then to enslave his, progeny.
No, that was in the section before that. But yeah, you're right.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about today?
Genesis 18 and 19. Chapters 18 and 19.
Okay. Well, let's get a move on.
Okie dokie.
All right. Hey, wife.
Yes, husband.
Did you know that we are now on Patreon?
Yes, because you told me, but also, no, tell me more.
So we're on Patreon now.
Are we?
We are, and our supporters can go there and support us, and we have multiple levels all the way up to You Killed God.
That sounds really drastic and escalated quickly-ish.
Well, no, there's multiple levels before there, so it escalates on a sliding scale of, cheap to not cheap. Oh. But, we can definitely use any amount, so, like, any support is always appreciated.
So what exactly is Patreon?
It's a place where you can show your support for our podcast. And
just our podcast?
Any podcast or any performer. But, we're the ones that, you're listening to right now. So maybe you should, support us. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. But we love you anyway.
So all you got to do is go to Patreon, look up Sacrilegious Discourse. It's actually patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse is our actual main page there. So head on over and send us some love.
Yeah. Genesis chapter 18, the birth of Isaac promised. Do you remember?
Yeah, this is the legitimate son of Sarah after that girl got raped.
Indeed, she did get raped, and I don't know why that made me laugh other than it was just so shocking.
Well, there's so much rape.
Yeah,
in the Bible.
It's almost comical if such a thing could be laughed at, which rape is
it's
never
like
funny.
It's like Quentin Tarantino with blood. You know, like
it's true.
There's so much of it that it's like at some point you're just like, Jesus,
so to speak.
Oh yeah, so to speak.
All right, ready?
Sure.
The Lord appeared again to Abraham, not Abram, Abraham.
Right.
Near the oak grove.
This is after the dick chopping.
Yes, after the dick chopping, the Lord appeared again to Abraham near the oak grove belonging to Mamre.
That oak grove seems very important.
It does.
It came up earlier.
It does.
Okay.
One day, Abraham was sitting at the entrance to his tent during the hottest part of the day. He looked up and noticed 3 men standing nearby. Everything comes in threes.
Right.
When he saw them, he ran to meet them and welcomed them, bowing low to the ground. "My lord," he said, "if it pleases you, stop here for a while. Rest in the shade of this tree while water is brought to wash your feet."
That's nice of him.
Well, washing of the feet was like, it was not just a weird thing. It was like a customary act of respect and generosity.
Sure.
So, just to make that clear in case you didn't know.
No, I kind of knew that.
Okay.
But, like, you know, just they don't know this guy. He's just walking up to an oak tree and they're like, dude, let's wash your feet.
But it was like if you walked up to somebody and shook their hand. That it was that way.
But do you think if he didn't have like a truckload of riches behind him that they would have done the same thing?
No. Not at all. Okay, so he's still talking here. "And since you've honored your servant with this visit, let me prepare some food to refresh you before you continue on your journey." "All right," they said. "Do as you have said." So Abraham ran back to the tent and said to Sarah, because you know his ass wasn't washing no feet. He volunteered his wife.
Right.
So he said to Sarah, "Hurry, get 3 large measures of your best flour, knead it into dough, and bake some bread, bitch." Then Abraham ran out to the herd and chose a tender calf and gave it to his servant, who quickly prepared it. How do you think he prepared it? "Now, calf, I want you to be prepared. I'm probably going to chop you in half." When the food was ready, Abraham took some yogurt and milk and the roasted meat.
How did yogurt, like, I don't know. We should look into, like, old culinary stuff. Because, like, how does yogurt preserve out in the deserty areas?
Oh, well, I mean, it's just curdled milk, so.
Right.
I mean, I don't know.
Sure.
They just ate it right quick. They didn't refrigerate it and go back for leftovers the next day.
Got it.
Okay, when the food was ready, he served it to the men. As they ate, Abraham waited on them in the shade of the trees. "Where is Sarah, your wife?" the visitors asked. "She's inside the tent," Abraham replied. Then one of them said, "I will return to you about this time next year, and your wife Sarah will have a son."
What?
Ta-da!
But didn't God already tell him that?
Yeah, God
now
already...
some dude at an oak tree is telling him that.
Yeah.
Okay. And, like, why does he know she's going to have a son? Is he going to do something to make that happen?
These are special guys.
Oh, these are special guys. And they're like the 3 kings or something?
That's what I was wondering. Remember I said everything comes in threes. It's either ominous or awesome. Who knows?
3 horsemen? Or no, that's 4 horsemen.
4 horsemen.
Now there's 4. Yeah.
And then 7 deadly sins is 7. So, I mean, not everything comes in threes, but threes are a thing.
Right.
Sarah was listening to this conversation from the tent. Abraham and Sarah were both very old by this time because they were in their hundreds.
Right.
And Sarah was long past the age of having children. So she laughed silently to herself and said, "How could a worn-out woman like me enjoy such pleasure, especially when my master, my husband, is also so old?"
Wait,
husband.
Is the pleasure having the child?
I was
wondering... Or the
wondering...
sex leading up to the child?
I don't know, because it sounded like she's saying, "How could I have any of sex?" Right?
I don't know, but, like, yeah. Because, I mean, it doesn't matter how old you are, you could still, you know, at least attempt to have sex.
Right.
So, that part doesn't make sense necessarily.
Right.
But the having of the child definitely is not pleasant. I
mean, there's a pleasantness to it. Like, there's a pleasantness of having a life growing inside of you and... the bonding.
Sure, but the part where you have the baby.
Yeah, that sucks. Dude, you can have that. Then the Lord said to Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh? Why did she say, 'Can an old woman like me have a baby?' Is anything too hard for the Lord? I will return about this time next year, and Sarah will have a son."
Keeping control of your people is too hard for the Lord.
Right? Sarah was afraid, so she denied it, saying, "I didn't laugh." But the Lord was like...
Wait, now she's lying?
Yeah.
Wow.
But the Lord said, "No, you did laugh."
So what? Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I hate it when I doubt magic.
Right?
I should totally be held accountable for assuming that the shit that you're spewing is nonsense.
Right.
What?
Plus, you always come and talk to Abram, and...
Yeah.
Like, you never talk to Sarah that I've heard.
Okay, and
like,
listen.
Not much, anyway.
If you, husband, came up to me and said some magical bullshittery, I would not believe you.
Right.
I love
you
dearly. I would assume you got conked on the head.
Right.
Especially, I don't even have a uterus now. So if you told me, "Wife, you are going to have a baby."
I mean, if I was 99 years old, I'd be like, I might be dead next year.
But still, like, not only am I old, but, yeah, I would be like, "You are very silly."
And apparently those timelines with, like, life and stuff were very rigid back then. You get to live that 120 years.
I guess.
Or something.
I guess. Okay, we're at the next section, same chapter.
Okay.
Abraham intercedes for Sodom. Then the men got up from their meal and looked out towards Sodom. As they left, Abraham went out with them to send them on their way. "Should I hide my plan from Abraham?" the Lord asked. "For Abraham will certainly become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth will be blessed through him." Okay, Lord, I gotta interrupt you. You already told him this plan,
right?
So it's a bit late.
I was literally scratching my head, like, dude, you already, we covered this.
And moreover, like,
didn't we cover this like maybe multiple times almost?
Yes, because this shit is repetitive.
Right.
"I have singled him out so that he will direct his sons and their families to keep the way of the Lord by doing what is right and just."
Right, that's a whole covenant, like, chopping dick thing.
Yeah. "Then I will do for Abraham all that I have promised." Including
you talked
keeping,
to him about.
Yeah. Including keeping his progeny slaves for 400 years.
Right.
So the Lord told Abraham, "I have heard a great outcry from Sodom and Gomorrah because their sin is so flagrant. I am going down to see if their actions are as wicked as I have heard."
Oh my.
You don't know, God?
Right? That's what I'm saying. He has trouble keeping track of people.
"If not, I want to know."
Okay.
I thought you knew things already.
Right.
This is not speaking well of your omnipotence and your all-knowing.
And if you spent less time worrying about Abraham and more time worrying about, the rest of the fucking planet.
Right.
Maybe you could,
help.
Make things work better.
Maybe you could help a little.
Right.
Maybe
but he
could be better.
also already knows how things are going to work out 400 years in the future. So why the fuck doesn't he know anything about Sodom or Gomorrah?
I don't know. This is all very confusing.
I think it's bullshit.
I don't think he really knows as much as we're supposed to be led to believe he knows, considering the fact that he states right here, "I don't know, and I'm going to go look because of what I've heard, and I want to know."
Right. I mean, it doesn't sound like a very good God at godding stuff.
He's kind of mediocre.
Right. Like, his powers are kind of like,
He's, like, not even as good as Doctor Who, let's be honest.
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't struck us dead for putting this podcast out yet.
That is true.
So...
knock on wood. The other men turned and headed towards Sodom, but the Lord remained with Abraham. Abraham approached him and said, "Will you sweep away both the righteous and the wicked? Suppose you find 50 righteous people living there in the city. Will you still sweep it away and not spare it for their sakes? Surely you wouldn't do such a thing, destroying the righteous along with the wicked. Why, you would be treating the righteous and the wicked exactly the same. Surely you wouldn't do that. Should not the judge of all the earth do what is right?" I mean, that sounds like a fair plea to me, but You're asking the big dude who drowned an entire planet.
Right.
So,
including the small furry animals that scurry across the earth.
Oh, you really like them scurrying animals.
Well, I mean, I just think it was completely unfair that he killed everything.
Everything.
Because he was pissed off at humanity.
Right? It sounded to me like he was really just throwing a temper tantrum, let's be
Right.
honest.
Yeah, totally.
And the Lord replied, if I find 50 righteous people in Sodom, I will spare the entire city for their sake.
But not 49.
But not 49. Or even one.
Right.
Like, sorry, one good person, but you were born in the wrong place at the wrong time, so you get to die. Fuck you.
Right.
Nice. Then Abraham spoke again. Since I have begun, let me speak further to my Lord, even though I am but dust and ashes. Suppose there are only 45 righteous people rather than 50. Will you destroy the whole city for lack of 5? And the Lord said, I will not destroy it if I find 45 righteous people there.
Now we're negotiating.
I know, right? Then Abraham pressed his request further. Suppose there are only 40. And the Lord replied, I will not destroy it for the sake of the 40. Please don't be angry, my Lord, Abraham pleaded. Let me speak. Suppose only 30 righteous people are found.
Come on, take bigger swings here. He's biting at everything so far.
Yeah, but
I mean, this is like if Abraham's the salesperson, God's buying everything he's selling. So
it's true. And the Lord replied, I will not destroy it if I find 30. Is the voice and tone that I'm attributing, do you feel that it accurately reflects what's happening?
Could you just get to the point, Abraham? Come on. Just say one. What about one?
Then Abraham said, since I have dared to speak to the Lord, let me continue. Suppose there are only 20.
Oh my God, how many times are we going to do this?
I'm almost at the end of the paragraph. Hold tight.
All right.
And the Lord replied, then I will not destroy it for the sake of the 20. Finally, Abraham said, Lord, please don't be angry with me if I speak one more time. Suppose only 10 are found there. And the Lord replied, then I will not destroy it for the sake of the 10. When the Lord had finished his conversation with Abraham, he went on his way, and Abraham returned to his tent.
Why did he stop at 10?
I mean, he probably figured
out. Is 10 as a number that's easily sacrificed, apparently?
I think he probably felt like, dude is getting really pissed off at me, and I am walking on thin ice.
That's what I'm saying. Take bigger swings, dude. Just go straight to 1.
I don't know. I mean, I think he did okay.
I mean, he got him down from 50 to 10. Yeah.
That's decent.
But he took 4 bargaining chips to get there.
But what I want to know is, we know what's going to happen. And so are you fucking telling me there were not 10 righteous people in that entire fucking city?
Apparently not, which
I call bullshit.
I have to wonder because, God was all talky with all these fuckers out here. Mm-hmm. And he didn't show himself once to anybody in Sodom or Gomorrah?
Right.
And they're all just like, party!
Yeah, I mean, when the cat's away, the mouse will play.
I guess. Why didn't he talk to somebody? I mean, all he'd have to do is open his damn mouth. He
was just a little bit too caught up in Sarai and Egypt and
giving Abraham riches and shit.
Yeah.
And enslaving people.
Well, that's the end of chapter 18.
All right.
Let's see what happens to Sodom and Gomorrah.
I have a inkling of an idea.
As do I.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Genesis chapter 19, the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah.
That's what we knew.
That's what I thought. That evening, the 2 angels came to the entrance of the city. Let me try that again. That evening, the 2 angels came to the entrance of the city of Sodom. There we go. Lot was sitting there, and when he saw them, he stood up to meet them. Lot is Abraham's nephew?
Nephew, yeah.
Okay, just checking. Then he welcomed them and bowed with his face to the ground. My lords, he said, come to my home to wash your feet and be my guests for the night. You may then get up early in the morning and be on your way again. Oh, no, they replied. We'll just spend the night out here in the city square. But Lot insisted, so at last they went home with him. Lot prepared a feast for them, complete with fresh bread made without yeast, and they ate. I don't know why.
Angels need to eat, apparently.
Are these angels? Because
that's what you just said.
Was it angels? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, my bad. 2 angels. Yep, you were right. Sorry, I was caught up in the fact that I couldn't read. But before before they retired for the night, all the men of Sodom, young and old, came from all over the city and surrounded the house. Which, I mean, there's angels there.
Right. Yeah, I guess
Like,
that could
I would go if you heard from a bunch of people, there's
some
a
angels
motherfucking
here.
angel over there.
Right. Yeah.
Wouldn't you be? I'm sure at first you would be
it's
like...
like a fire in town, you know? You got to go find out what's going on.
But I'm sure at first you would be like, nuh-uh.
Right.
But then if your mom came and was like, no, I'm for real, I saw it with my own eyeballs.
Right.
Then would you be like, let's go check this out, wife?
Right. Yeah.
They shouted to Lot, where are the men who came to spend the night with you? Bring them out to us so we can have sex with them. Whoa, that escalated quickly. I did not anticipate that, did you?
No, I did not. There was just no lead up to that, apparently.
Whoa. I'm sorry, I can't. Boom, let's have sex. Whoa. Y'all freaky.
Right?
So Lot stepped outside to talk to them, shutting the door behind him. Please, my brothers, he begged, don't do such a wicked thing. Look, I have 2 virgin daughters. Let me bring them out to you.
Oh my God.
And you can do with them as you wish.
Holy shit.
But please leave these men alone, for they are my guests and are under my protection.
Oh my God.
Could you even fucking imagine?
What the fucking... Oh my God.
No, don't rape the angels, but go ahead and rape my daughters instead. And I will even lead them to you. I will give you my daughters.
They weren't there demanding sex with the virgin daughters, but they were there as soon as 2 people showed up out of the blue.
Angels.
Like the same night. Well,
Yeah.
but they said people. They said men. They said men when they came to the door.
All the men shouted, oh yeah, you're right. Where are the men? Bring them out so we could have sex with them.
Right, so they didn't know that they were angels.
Oh, you know what? This is where all of those Christians get their anti-gay stuff. Because it's all the men showed up saying, bring the men out so we can have sex with them.
Sodomy came from Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah,
so.
For some reason, I didn't put it all together.
Right.
So he's like, no, don't have sex with the angel mans.
Right.
Instead, rape my daughters, because it's much, much better to have sex with girls.
Would you, if you were Lot, would you even stay anywhere near this town that just shows up and randomly wants to have sex with people that show up at your house?
Not just wants to, but like demands it.
Right.
Hell no.
Like the whole fucking town showed up.
Yeah. That's
demanding
crazy.
sex.
Hey, new men, let's have sex. What? No.
And then you have to offer your daughters to be raped.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like totally not okay with that in any way whatsoever.
This sounds really bad. And so I could understand why God would be like, this town is fucked.
Well, yeah, if that's actually what's happening, that's crazy. But
it has nothing to do with men sleeping with men, just to keep the record straight. Like, I do not want anybody to think that I am anti-gay.
No, it's the demanding of sex and then raping.
Yeah.
You know, that's...
Yeah, that's just weird. You don't go up to anybody's house ever and, man or woman, say, bring out your sex tools. Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
This is a demented book.
I mean, who even, like, somebody
had
to
write this. Somebody had to write this.
This is ridiculous. Stand back, they shouted. This fellow came to town as an outsider, and now he's acting like our judge. We'll treat you far worse than those other men. Oh, jeez. We was gonna rape the angel guys, and we reject your offer to rape your girls, because now, asshole, we gonna rape you.
Right.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And they lunged toward Lot to break down the door.
Oh my God.
I mean, why does Lot live here?
Right?
This is
that's
crazy.
what I'm like. That's what I'm asking. That's why I was like, would you live anywhere near this shit?
Why? But the 2 angels reached out, pulled Lot into the house, and bolted the door. Then they
because that'll do it against 50 people.
Right? Well, look, they're magical.
Okay.
Then they blinded all the men, young and old, who were at the door of the house. So they gave up trying to get inside. Do you think?
But it was just men.
Yeah.
Just men.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the men, young and old, who were at the door.
Right,
So
but that's what I'm saying. Only men came to have sex and rape people.
But do you think, I was going to ask, do you think that's where the adage that if you masturbate too much, you'll make yourself go blind comes from?
Maybe.
Oh my, this is just, I keep saying it. It's grotesque.
Right.
This book is weird.
It is weird.
This story is like, it's making me uncomfortable, quite
Right.
frankly, and not in a spiritual, accounting my sins and self-observation kind of way. In a, ew, all this rapey, murdery slave shit. Ugh.
I bet Lot gets spared.
I bet he does.
Even though he's only one person.
Right.
And his daughters, so 3.
Yeah.
But not 10.
No, not 10.
But I bet he gets spared anyway.
Every other fucking person being only men. Of course, women and children don't count as people, apparently.
Right.
God, this is gross and I hate it. Meanwhile, the angels questioned Lot. Do you have any other relatives here in the city? They asked. Get them out of this place. Your sons-in-law, sons, daughters, or anyone else. For we are about to destroy this city completely. We gonna blow this shit up.
See, I told you he was gonna spare him.
Yep. The outcry against this place is so great, it has reached the Lord, and he has sent us to destroy it.
What kind of outreach did they do to find the 10 people who are... I didn't see any knocking on doors going on.
Right? Like, excuse me, do you know any righteous people?
Right?
Nope. They just judged it based on who ran to Lot's door to rape his guests.
Right. Those 50 people or whatever they were.
Okay, let's take a step back for a minute. Like... Okay, so everybody sees Lot has new guests in his house, and we're just assuming, like, the whole town is weird. But what if it was something else? Like, what if Lot was known for throwing sex freak parties, right? And that's why they came to the door, and Lot's just playing it cool, like, I would never.
No, because they were going to treat him worse. Remember, they were mad that they wouldn't let him.
Well, maybe they were mad because they were like, you invite us to all your other rape parties. Why can't we come to this one? You keeping the angels to yourself?
I just don't know how his daughters got away with not being raped so long.
Maybe they didn't.
Well, he said they were virgins.
Oh, that's true.
So.
And he would know because I'm sure, he gets knuckle-deep up in their hymen to find out. God. So Lot rushed out to tell his daughter's fiancés, quick, get out of the city. The Lord is about to destroy it. But the young men thought he was only joking. Oh, shit.
So wait. His daughters were engaged?
Yeah.
The virginal daughters were engaged?
Apparently.
Okay.
I don't know, dude. I'm just reading what's here.
I'm sorry, but he was going to offer to have them be raped anyway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Don't rape the angels. Rape the girls.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around this. That's all.
There have to be rape. That's what, I just don't understand why there's
so much rape.
So much rape. This book is all about sex.
Right.
I am not okay with this.
Yeah.
This is not a
they should just rename
book.
it Rape Bible.
Yeah, the big book of rape.
The big book of rape, yeah.
Gross. At dawn the next morning, the angels became insistent. Hurry, they said to Lot. Take your wife and your 2 daughters who are here. Get out right now or you will be swept away in the destruction of the city. When Lot still hesitated, the angel seized his hand and the hands of his wife and 2 daughters and rushed them to the safety outside the city, for the Lord was merciful. When they were safely out of the city, one of the angels ordered, Run for your lives and don't look back or stop anywhere in the valley. Escape to the mountains or you will be swept away. Oh no, my lord, Lot begged. You have been so gracious to me and saved my life, and you have shown such great kindness, but I cannot go to the mountains. Disaster would catch up to me there, and I would soon die. See, there is a small village nearby. Please let me go there instead. Don't you see how small it is? Then my life will be saved.
Why would the mountains kill him, I wonder?
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
I'm still caught up on rape.
I mean, if God/angels are telling you to go somewhere, don't you just be like,
I just go.
Okay,
bye, thanks.
You're gonna take care of me, right? Like, we're good?
I'm just gonna...
Or why don't I just head towards my, uncle, Abraham?
Right? I heard he's got a great deal with God.
Right, yeah.
All right, the angel said. I will grant your request. I will not destroy the little village, but hurry. Escape to it, for I can do nothing until you arrive there. This explains why that village was known as Zoar, which means little place. Lot reached the village just as the sun was rising over the horizon. Then the Lord rained down fire and burning sulfur from the sky on Sodom and Gomorrah. He utterly destroyed them, along with the other cities and villages of the plain, wiping out all the people and every bit of vegetation.
Well, I mean, at least he didn't destroy the entire world this time.
No, just 2 fucking cities full of people.
Right.
The half of which were women who probably couldn't even help their situation.
They didn't try to find any
They did not.
righteous people.
They did not do any polls.
Right.
The whole thing was bullshit.
Maybe they needed Survey Monkey.
They did.
That was a free plug, by the way.
I mean, it was something.
Right.
But Lot's wife, Kate, looked back as she was following behind him, and she turned into a pillar of salt. God damn it, Lot's wife.
Damn.
I mean, that's harsh. They said, don't look back. They said, get the fuck out, don't look back. And she looked back.
Well, that
sucks. I knew that was coming because I knew that that's some kind of lesson, but for the life of me, I don't understand what the lesson is.
Well, you blindly follow God, right? Like, God's word is God's word, and if you go against it, you're going to turn into a pillar of salt.
Except for sometimes you don't.
Right.
Sometimes you
because Abraham was able to question God.
Right.
And
so was Noah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you just never know, but this time...
Depends on if you're the hero and you can't know until it happens.
And she was a woman, too, so it seems like men have more leeway than women do.
Right? Like, men get away with everything.
And women just get raped.
Yeah. And turned into pillars of salt.
Yeah, sucks.
Abraham got up early that morning and hurried out to the place where he had stood in the Lord's presence. God, it doesn't even look like Abraham.
Oh, okay. All right.
The uncle. The guy.
Yeah. No, I just we jumped back to okay.
Yeah, and there was like no. Meanwhile,
right.
back at the ranch,
right.
Abraham got up early that morning and hurried out to the place where he had stood in the Lord's presence. He looked out across the plain towards Sodom and Gomorrah and watched as columns of smoke rose from the cities like smoke from a furnace. But he didn't get turned into a fucking pillar of salt.
Maybe he wasn't close enough.
Whatever.
Otherwise, they might have given him direction not to look that way.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a man's world. But God had listened to Abraham's request and kept Lot safe, removing him from the disaster that engulfed the cities on the plain. Okay, now we're going back to Lot.
Okay.
Afterward, Lot left Zoar because he was afraid of the people there, as well he should be.
Were they trying to rape people too?
Right, and he went to live in a cave in the mountains with his only 2 daughters.
Wait, so he still went to the fucking mountains?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it doesn't even look like he cried about his wife being gone.
Right.
Like, oh, well, stupid bitch. One day, the older daughter said to her sister, there are no men left anywhere in this entire area.
Well, shit.
So we can't get married like everyone else that doesn't live here.
Right.
Everyone else that's not here.
Yeah.
And our father will soon be too old to have children. Come, let's get him drunk with wine and then we will have sex with him.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
This escalated quickly again. Holy shit, I did not see that coming.
The everlasting hell.
I can't do this.
Jesus Christ.
That way we will preserve our family line through our father.
Oh my God.
This is fucking disgusting.
This book is disturbing.
Yeah.
Like, it's really, really fucking disturbing.
So that night they got him. Oh no. Is this going to happen?
I don't know.
Oh no. Oh, my stomach hurts. So that night they got him drunk with wine, and the older daughter went in and had intercourse with her father. Oh, why? Oh, I didn't know that was going to happen. Did you know that?
No, I don't think they cover this one in Bible school.
This is not okay. Oh. He was unaware of her lying down or getting up again. That's rape.
He was unaware. Yeah.
Because they got him drunk.
Right.
And then rode the pony.
Yeah.
The next morning, the older daughter said to her younger sister, I had sex with our father last night. Let's get him drunk with wine again tonight, and you go in and have sex with him. That way, we will preserve our family line through our father.
Oh my gosh.
This is gross.
It really is.
So that night, they got him drunk with wine again, and the younger daughter went in and had intercourse with him. As before, he was unaware of her lying down or getting up again. As a result, both of Lot's daughters became pregnant by their own fucking father.
Oh my God.
When the older daughter gave birth to a son, she named him Moab. He became the ancestor of the nation we now known as the Moabites. When the younger sister gave birth to a son, she named him Ben-Ami. He became the ancestor of the nation now known as the Ammonites. That was gross.
So, no issues with this. Like, God's okay with this? Because, like, they're fathers of nations.
I guess.
Okay.
This is not sitting well with me. This
right.
book is
that
horrible.
Just took a...
I mean, before it was, like, funny, even though there was kind of, like... No, there was definitely too much rape.
Definitely.
But then these chicks, for no reason, just raped their father.
I mean, I guess at least there's, not... The women are raping as well as the men?
How is that better?
It's not.
I didn't know all this happened, and it's very unsettling.
It seems to me that rape was just an okay thing back then.
It seems to me like this is a book that... Why do we celebrate it again now?
I really don't know.
Ugh.
Okay.
It just gets worse. Before it was just dull, but now it's horrific.
Right.
Let's go back to
We haven't even got to Revelations yet, so...
Revelations is the last book. We're still in the first book.
I know, but I hear it's awful.
I don't think awful things happen. I think it's just really dull and weird.
Oh, okay. So, like, that's when we should get our listeners to, like, smoke some weed and...
I think the people that wrote this shit were smoking weed.
I think they were doing more than that.
Probably.
Probably raping people, too.
God, so gross.
Oh. Okay. All right.
That's the end of the chapter.
Yeah. We'll see you guys, let's
Thursday.
See. Yeah, Thursday. All right. Bye.
Bye. Husband.
Yes, wife.
Is there a way for people to contact us?
Well, sure. They can get on our Twitter account.
We have a Twitter account?
We do.
What is it?
It is sacrilegious_D.
Like D for discourse?
Yeah, they wouldn't let me put the whole thing, so I had to shorten it to _D.
I hate them.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
How do you spell sacrilegious? Do you know?
I don't want to. Just look it up in a dictionary or something. I don't want to do that right now.
You know why?
Sacrilegious_D. Okay?
Because you messed it up and I made you fix it. That's why.
Yeah.
What about an email?
Yeah, we got that too.
What is it?
sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com.
Oh, well, that's easy.
Yeah.
As long as you know how to spell sacrilegious.
Right. Well, definitely get a hold of us. Let us know what you thought of the episode. And, any comments, hate mail. We love that kind of stuff.
Also, you could answer some questions that we leave throughout or, correct my pronunciations.
Yeah,
which are probably
please.
Bad, wrong, and horrible.
Because we suck sometimes.
Absolutely!
Oh, also, if you like this shit or whatnot, give us a like on your podcasting app and stuff, or even leave a comment or something.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Goodbye.